Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Dial, and specifically Hands on the Dial, episode 2. Thank you so much for your love and support on episode 1 when I reviewed the Timex. It was a very special watch to me. But we're back. I think before we even get into it, please like, subscribe, and comment. I really do appreciate the likes that we've been getting, so we'd urge you to continue to like and subscribe and also share with your friends. But today I have a very, very cool watch, and for me, I feel like this watch is the start of something amazing. And this watch is a South African brand, and the brand is called Adimer. So essentially, Adimer sent me the watches that I reviewed, that I can review for the week, and I actually have it on right now. Here we go. I don't know how it's going to work. I'll just take it off just so everyone can see. Maybe the cameras can come closer, see what we can do about it. But this is the Adimer watch, and yeah, this watch is beautiful. There's nothing more to say about it. It is absolutely gorgeous. So this Adimer is called the C2020, and it's their newest timepiece. Like I said, it's the watch company is called Adimer. But before I go into what I think about the watch, I actually just want to read you their mission statement and their values, because I really resonated with this. So it reads, Adimer is a South African brand founded in 2022. At the core of Adimer is a passion for design and celebrating men in our society who have a positive influence on their community, inspiring young men to reach for the stars. For the brand, design is not just about aesthetics. It is a language culture used to find expression in the objects it uses for defined purposes. Our vision is to innovate in the watch and jewelry space, collaborating with craftsmen, artisans, as well as people in the creative and engineering spaces to deliver great products and create great experiences. Our core driving principles are positive social impact, engineering, art and design, and innovation. I really enjoyed that part, especially when it came to where it says a language culture that uses to find expression in objects for defined purpose. And I feel like this watch serves a purpose. When I received this watch, the first thing I loved was the Roman numeral dials. We will have some B-roll shots so you'll properly see them, but this watch is beautiful and it wears so well. I mean, I put it on my wrist immediately, and it actually suits the wrist, my wrist actually, because I actually thought that it's gonna be a big of a size, because you know, when I saw it on their Instagram, shout out to Adimer, I thought, okay, now that I'm reviewing this watch, will it be too big, will it be too small for me? But it actually sat so much perfectly on my wrist. One thing this watch reminds me of, it gives me a vibe of the Cartier Ballon Bleu, simply because it has the Roman numeral dials. It has a beautiful blue tip crown. The crown of the watch is a blue tip, which also gives like a very Cartier vibe, because you know, Cartier usually like to do those things. It's on a alligator strap, I believe, if I'm not wrong. It fits like a 42 millimeter case, but this watch actually serves as a compass. So one thing that I want to read you about this is interesting is this watch serves, like I said, as a compass. And I'll actually, they have a very beautiful instruction page on their Instagram. So I'll just read off of that. Let me just quickly find it. Okay, so use your timepiece as a compass. Right, so basically how this works is, well, of course, we're in the southern hemisphere. So we have to point the 12 o'clock hour mark on my watch at the sun. So basically this watch, I point at the sun. I have to find the midway point, locate the point halfway between the hour hand and the 12 o'clock hour mark on my watch, and then the point indicates the direction of true north. So for example, you set the time, let's say the time today is 4 p.m. and then we point the 12 o'clock hour mark at the sun. Then we find the midway point. Now the midway point between 12 and the hour hand 4 is 2 o'clock. That's the midway point between 12 and 4. This direction indicates true north. Now I had no idea that you can actually find true north on a watch. So that was a beautiful piece of information that I actually found on their Instagram. It's actually even on the card, and again I'll show you the B-roll of it. But in terms of the unboxing experience, it was beautiful. I think the box is a very, very beautiful blue. It comes with a little card that explains the instructions of, how to use your watch as a compass, and I just genuinely enjoy the simplicity. And for me, I know at the beginning of the video I said that it's the start of something special. Now what do I mean by that? This watch, of course, isn't perfect, right? They only started in 2022, so it's a bit unfair to judge too harshly on somebody who just started entering it into the watch game. I mean, when you look at the watch, it's a chronograph, but the chronograph subdials don't seem to work, but it's also a quartz movement, which shows its accuracy in terms of watchmaking. But I mean, in terms of the chronograph movement, who really uses chronograph? I mean, unless you're really like a watch enthusiast that uses a chronograph movement every day, you use it. But for people like us, we just enjoy how the watches look and how they sort of like feel. However, as much as the chronograph doesn't work, which is a bit of a shame, it would have been a nice thing to have. It's the start of something new, because when you start something, you don't always get it perfect, right? You start something in order for you to have a momentum, and I feel like this is momentum in the right direction for Adimer. Sure, it may not be completely perfect with the chronograph movement, but it shows that after some time, people will relatively, in fact, get interested in the watch, more interested in the watch, and from there, that's how you build your business up. I mean, Adimer reminds me of us, the dial. I mean, we only just started. Some things we don't get perfect. This watch is imperfectly imperfect, just like the dial. We're all just pushing to spread awareness and raise awareness for the South African watch industry. So as much as this watch may be lacking in some areas, this would make a perfect gift for your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife. It gives a very beautiful old money aesthetic. That's what we are calling it these days as the youth. But I just love how old it feels. I feel like I've always been craving for a watch that kind of shows like its date. I find myself so enamored by old watches, and I'm always Googling vintage watches, and I guess maybe that's how the watch industry is going these days. So I really like how it looks old, and it feels old, and it wears kind of old as well. And like I said, the Roman numeral dial and is super detailed. I really love a Roman numeral dial. I feel like you can't go wrong with a dial like that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the watch itself, it looks great. It's a stainless steel, like I said, quartz movement, and it's water resistant. Now, I didn't put in the water this time, but I believe them. So also shout out to Adimer. But yeah, this is basically my hands-on review of the Adimer watch, and I really love where they're going. If you want to find out who they are, of course, they have their Instagram. It'll probably be linked down below. They also have a website. It'll also probably be linked down below. Their watches in terms of price are pretty good. I would say for the C2020, I wish the price would have just been a little bit lower, just because of the amount of watch that you're getting. But the price is, however, competitive with other quartz movements. For me, I wish it would have been like maybe 300 or 400 rand, just a little bit lower. But it is really a good watch. And speaking of that, actually, when I collected this watch, I was actually with my younger cousin at the time, and he actually said that he would love to buy this watch for his matric dance that's coming up soon in the next couple of months. So yeah, it just shows that, you know, Adimer is getting buzz, and a lot of people saw the watch that I was wearing this week, and, you know, including my parents, they also like praised the watch. So yeah, I really think that Adimer is going in a good step, the step in the right direction, shall we say. But yeah, I mean, that's all from my side. Again, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, Adimer, this was great. Thank you so much to the owner. Very, very lovely bloke. And yeah, Adimer, this is a start of something amazing. So good luck to all of you. But yes, like I said, let me wrap this up. And as always, stay on the watch.